Welcome to the Awakening to Abundance podcast. I'm your host, Athena. This podcast is more than a podcast, it's a transformative journey designed to help you awaken to your abundance. For you to discover what living the fullness of life means to you. As always, we're jumping right in with today's episode. Welcome to another episode of the Awakening to Abundance podcast. Today, I'm going to talk to you about changing your mind. It is okay to change your mind when you are manifesting. Now, when I say that, I don't mean going back and forth and playing the I can have it, I can't have it, I can have it, I can't have it game, or the unauthentic, well, I don't actually think I can have this, so I'll just do this instead. That is not feeling worthy enough for what it is that you truly want and not going for what it is that you truly want. And that is where you would take some time to really dig into what are my thoughts and my beliefs and my feelings that are causing resistance to manifesting what I truly desire. So that's not what I'm talking about here. But what I am talking about is the fact that manifestation is not just I'm manifesting a specific desire. When you really become the magnetic manifester, you realize that manifestation is occurring all the time. And whether you are conscious of that or unconsciously manifesting, it is happening all the time. So when you become the deliberate manifester, it becomes a state of being, a way of living. And there are moments where you are manifesting something in your life and it may not feel as aligned as it once felt. And so it's okay to change your mind and manifest something different. There is no arriving, there is no mountaintop when it comes to manifesting as a way of being. There is no accomplishment involved. This is a fluid way of living your life. And so, as you are living your life, it makes sense that what you had intended to manifest is going to change along the way. And that is perfectly normal and more than okay, even if you are in the process of manifesting something in particular. You get to change your mind. You get to follow what feels good. You get to create what lights you up. And so I'm going to give you an example of this. When I started this Hawaii trip, when I started my nomadic experience of Hawaii, I was very, very lit up about the idea of going to Kauai for 3 weeks and then going to Maui for 7 weeks and then the Big Island for 4 weeks. That was my quote unquote plan. That is what I was manifesting. And now I have fully enjoyed Kauai and I have fully enjoyed Maui. And the time has now come to take some inspired action around the Big Island. And I found myself even earlier on, maybe 3 weeks into Maui, thinking, I really am not sure about the Big Island anymore. And it started as 3 weeks, 4 weeks doesn't really feel like a lot of time to experience the Big Island, the biggest of all the islands in Hawaii, right? And so I could feel a shift starting to occur in what I actually wanted. And then I started to think to myself, well, okay, maybe it's because I haven't fully started looking into the Big Island that I don't necessarily have that same desire, charge, excitement around going to the Big Island. So maybe if I start to research some of the things to do and see there, I will get inspired. While knowing that the inspiration for Maui did not happen like that. I was 100% on board with Maui, very excited, very lit up about it. But I was like, well, maybe there's something different about the Big Island, and that's okay. So I will go ahead and research some of the things to do, get myself excited, get the energy up around it. And I did do that. And there are very many beautiful things to do and see on the Big Island, of course. And I even took it a step further and started to make some contacts of places to stay in the Big Island. And I went snorkeling in Maui and I snorkeled all by myself. And when I was in the water, I had this clarifying moment that said, what if you just stayed here? Or what if you went home early? Or what if you stayed here and you didn't stay until the date that you had intended to stay in the Big Island? So my mind was starting to open myself up to the other possibilities. And so I allowed myself to receive that and feel into that. And I eventually decided that I was going to stay for a longer period in Maui. And now looking back on it, when I was thinking about my Hawaii trip, when I was beginning to manifest this nomadic experience, Kauai was very clear. Maui was very clear. But if I'm really honest about it, the Big Island was never fully clear. And by allowing myself to make the decision to stay here, to change my mind, to change the manifestations, when I made that energetic decision to stay here, and I followed it up with the inspired action of booking my plane ticket back to LA, back to my home base on a certain date in November from Maui, my body fully lit up with excitement, with joy. And I knew in that moment that I had made the aligned decision that was best for me. And so I tell this story because I want you to know that you can manifest anything that you want. And the Big Island for me will have its moment. It will have its own moment. Honestly, I think it will have 2 months of a moment. in the future. But you get to change your mind. And not only that, but you get to feel into what your heart truly desires for yourself out of wholeness, not some plan that you made that you need to stick to, but really tapping into your intuition, your higher consciousness, and allowing life to unfold in the way that it's meant to. Having that trust in the universe, surrendering yourself to life and following what comes and then manifesting from there. When you do this, the more that you manifest, the more that you build this relationship with yourself, your higher consciousness, and your experience with life and the universe, you will learn to open yourself up to this guidance, this flow of life more and more. And it will not feel so much like the unknown, but it will feel like the next right step for you. And so today I encourage you to take a look at what you're currently manifesting and to tap into, does this still feel like what I truly desire? Tap into your higher consciousness and allow yourself to have the expansive view of not following what you've always done or how you've always done it, but really feeling into, is this truly my desire still? And if it's not, what would feel better? What do you actually want now? And know that that whole process is 100% normal and is a lot of fun to release into, to surrender into. Your desires are always safe. Your guidance is always safe. Your manifestations are always safe. Trust them, trust yourself, and trust the co-creative power you have with the universe. Thank you for listening to this podcast episode and being part of this community. I want to hear from you. Did something resonate with you in this episode? Are you experiencing awakenings or synchronicities in your life? Email me at podcast@abundancewithathena.com or DM me on Instagram at abundancewithathena and share with me your stories. And until next time, keep awakening to the abundance that's always within you.